like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio, the pathfinder for radio. Elegbete TV Radio, we dare to lead. Elegbete TV Radio, redefining broadcasting. Listen.
Let's get the show on the road. All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Idafe Matthew. You love to call me the Elegbete One of Sports. It's a lovely time to live. It's a lovely time to be part of the world's universe. Okay, Jose Mourinho done it again. He's done what he knows how to do best. Go to a finals and play against Jose Mourinho. Most likely going to lose. Suri Dessa had a chance in the 59th minute, had a chance again. It wasn't just Feyenoord's day. As both goalkeeper Rui Patricio was on duty, just the same way Feyenoord's goalkeeper was on duty. But it's one of those days, where football happens. You have the chances, bury it in the net. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen, especially when you're playing against a Jose Mourinho-led side. And that's exactly what happened as the game just didn't go the way they wanted it to go. Yes, some of the headlines for the day, but my name is Idafe Matthew. You love to come in the Elegbete World of Sports, and this is the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. If you're there listening on the World Wide Web, thank you very much. It is www.elegbete.tv.com/radio. If you're listening on the mobile application, it is Elegbete TV Radio, available on Android, not yet available for iOS. I'm sorry. Done everything that I need to do, paid the money that I need to pay, waiting for engineers to get it done. iOS people, I just tossing them around. There's nothing I can do until it gets done. And if you're listening or viewing, streaming live on Instagram, thank you very much. Celebrate one. If you're streaming on Facebook as well, it's Idafe Matthew. And then if you in the family circle, yes, you're watching, streaming live on YouTube. I love you to the bone marrow. Yes, it is Elegbete TV Sports. So do well to join us there every day, 9 to 10 Nigerian time. I don't know whatever time it is. I know that it's 3 hours ahead of, in Dubai, it is 3 hours ahead of us. It's 12 o'clock there. Somewhere else is 3. In the US, some part of the US is 3 a.m. In some part of the world, it is 3 p.m. Okay, just different times. I say 3 hours, every 3 hours somewhere is midnight. So you just have to go with the flow and accept the ones that are available to you. But this morning, the stories that I've got for you, he said, I feel like a true Romanista. Tearful Jose Mourinho celebrate the 5th European trophy after Roma's 1-0 win over Feyenoord in Albania, somewhere called Tirana, as he vows to stay and build a really strong project. Newcastle, that is bye-bye to your dream of bringing back Jose Mourinho to the Premier League. Joyous Roma stars burst into Jose Mourinho's press conference to douse the beaming boss with water and sing Champione, Champione, away. Yeah, that's the song we're singing when we get promotion, I remember. So I know the song very well. After Europa Conference League triumph, Jamie Carragher insists, I put it to you that you should do this. That's what Jamie Carragher said. Jamie Carragher, former Liverpool star, insists Erik 10 problem hag must get rid of Cristiano Ronaldo to make it at Old Trafford, and says Marcus Rashford is just not good enough for Manchester United, despite Gary Neville believing new boss will see him as a project. How many projects now want to get this man? If you employ a babysitter, next thing you say make it become cook, next thing you say make it become wash up, next thing you say make you go man your shop, next thing you say make you take care of Oga, you go soon marry your husband. I'm just saying it. Okay, hot Steve Bruce admits mockery he received as Newcastle manager crossed the line as he reveals it impacted his family as well, with criticism getting out of hand by being very personal. When I say this thing that all this social media, I say take it like a man. There's no such thing as take it like a man. I always tell people that I'm not that matured. That's why if you insult me, I go insult you back. If you now Jesus I say they slap you on one cheek, make you turn the other cheek. But when they give a cross to carry, nothing carry reach cavalry. Somebody up a carry. When they do it, I shout so easy to advise. My mother used to say, take advice. If they give you advice, don't miss it, you could take up. So I'm not really that good at taking all this type of advice. Be a man, be mature, be the bigger man. I'm not the bigger man, no. See, the man now is feeling depressed. I cannot take insult from you and go and be depressed at home. No, I'll give it back to you. I see the hurt. You give me one, I give you four. If you insult me, I insult your mama and your papa. Let's take it that way. There's one journalist that I used to talk to me. Oh God, I still feel good. I still get orgasm for what I give to him. I don't want to mention his name. He just come my WhatsApp start to stop rubbish. One day he post him mama and papa. When I give him my own, a dose of his own medicine, he falls sick. And I like life like that. If you know how to serve it, you should know how to eat it. If you can't eat it, don't serve it. That's the belief that I have. But let's move on. So Steve Bruce is feeling hot, is depressed, doesn't even know if he will come back to coaching again. He doesn't even know what to do with his life. Sometimes when he's walking, he's afraid. Well, in tennis, Ima Raducanu is overwhelmed by the pressure of being a Grand Slam winner, says tennis legend John McEnroe after a French Open exit. Oh, I remember it was on Sammy Wajia's show, The Kings of Football, where, myself, Mario from Germany, Charles Anazodo, and a few other guys, Gordon Nakana was on that show that day, I think. A few other guys said that a typical English girl, she's not going to, like, and I said, oh, she's the next Serena Williams. I was like, even now, I'm Saka no fit brag of being the next Serena Williams, not to talk about this more. Calling Serena Williams and this girl in the same sentence. 1, 2, highest 3 Grand Slam is okay. She can't get past that. She can't do 5. They said I was hating. She's young. She will probably slams the unbelievable decision to change her coach after winning the US Open. Okay, that's another ungrateful path that she followed that was very, very surprising. Somebody led you to win your first Grand Slam, and the first thing you do to say thank you is to sack him. More like, oh, I'm not a big girl now. I want to roll with the big boys. I want to bam bam with the big boys. Okay, let person drink water, keep cup. See what you did now. Okay, so what's now for Chelsea as the Bolly's consortium collects the Stamford Bridge key? He'll hand Thomas Tuchel £200 million to spend, with 2 new defenders the priority. But new owners must solve the Chelsea Stadium Stamford Bridge conundrum. I don't know if there's a conundrum there, but there is. Okay, as the case is, from what the stories are saying. Well, we will look into many other matters around the transfer business, but before I go, there are some messages that I need to read on WhatsApp, and then also look at what you guys have to say on Facebook and the rest, or you and me, all of us coming together to get the show done and bring excitement, bring fun, bring joy, bring happiness. This is not your regular show. This is a place where you and I get involved in the conversation. You and I do all of the talking. Why am I wearing a jacket like this? I'm a bit under the weather. I came up with Qatar. Since I came back, my 3 children had Qatar, and they've been kissing me like crazy. Came back very, very hale and healthy, very, very strong, but they knocked me out. And they're my gift. He said, good morning, boss. Edafe, good morning to you. Okay, man, I think the connection is having some problem. Ooh, I don't know why that is, but Bola Oluwaseun for me. Hey, long time, how you been? He said, love him or hate him, Jose Mourinho is the special one. One of the things that I don't like is when people want to talk about Mourinho, they now mention Pep Guardiola. The very minute you do that, you actually diminish Jose Mourinho. Want to praise Jose Mourinho, praise him from bottom to top. He's a great coach, one of the greatest of all time. Okay, the same way Pep is one of the greatest of all time. But most mistake that people make, and that's what caused the battle between Messi and Ronaldo too. Oh, my goat is better than your goat. No, your goat is your goat. My goat is my goat. And then there are 2 goats. Okay, there are 2 goats. The same way Pep Guardiola and Jose Mourinho is. The 2 of them are 2 great coaches. Most people would have seen online, oh, now let Pep Guardiola go and win the Conference Cup. Come on. You have to be in a competition to win it now. It's not in that competition. His goal is to win more Champions League. If he wins it, good. If he doesn't win it, great coach. That's the way it is. All right, this one is coming from Darlington. Okay, I'm not seeing you send me. Okay, it's a first message. Hi, Darlington. Hi, David. Good morning. Good morning to you, Darlington. How are you? Have been doing? I need to come out straight on this one because my head is about to explode. I beg you. Oh yeah, focus there. Guy, calm down. Don't be letting your head explode. What's going on? I've been doing YouTube for the past 8 years. I've not got past the 4,000 subscriber mark. I'm actually 3,915 subscribers for 8 years. And I saw you just started a couple of years ago. You're almost at 10,000. And I see the way you are traveling. It seems like it's working for you. What's the secret? What's working for you that is not working for me? What can I learn? I'm also based in Nigeria, in Abuja to be precise, and I love listening to you all the time. I love the fact that you talk sports with so much fun, so much excitement. Even when I disagree with you, just the excitement that you bring in makes me love it. Thank you very much. Anticipating your response on the show this morning. Hey, Amanda Williams, you can see I'm wearing this. Okay, so let me first start to you, Darlington. You know this YouTube thing, I'm not in a position to advise anybody. I'm not in a position. I don't have the local standing to advise anybody on YouTube because me too. I'm still trying to find my way. And don't use that trip to Dubai to judge. Okay, so I'm naturally a traveler. I like to travel. I've been to 52 countries and back, so I love to travel. So you can't use my traveling to judge the success of my YouTube channel. You should use the numbers on my YouTube channel. And I agree, you said you started 8 years ago. The truth of the matter is, if YouTube officially, I started in 2008. I started in 2008 and I was too ashamed to put anything there because I didn't have a camera. I didn't know how to do video editing. I didn't even know if people would like what I'm doing or so let me tell you how my story on YouTube started. When I first started doing prediction on radio in 2007, many people were calling my former chairman to tell him that I am going to ruin his reputation and the reputation of his radio because the kind of established group of journalists, senior journalists or senior colleagues as they call them, felt like I was insulting the profession. I was making nonsense of a very noble profession. They call it the fourth estate. And, you know, the radical me, I realized the challenge of, okay, not having a camera, not knowing how to do video editing, and the rest, you know, podcasting was not a thing then. But that was when I started. And Iran from that time till 2014, when I went to the World Cup in Brazil, and I saw what content meant to FIFA. That's the first time the fire of content creation began with me because there were a lot of seminars, a lot of training. The ones that after that time when I came back, I realized that, look, I started having the urge that I want to do this. And I don't remember, I don't see you, I don't know you then. It was painful. It was painful because I just looked at it like, okay, so people are not even going to remember that I worked at ITV. Is that what it is? It was shocking to me. And then I also look back at all of the times that I put in Brilla, all of the predictions that I've made, all of the things that I've said. I predicted that Germany was going to win the 2014 World Cup. Now nobody have evidence of it. I predicted that Manchester United were going to end the 7th position in 2013 when Alex Ferguson retired at the end of the season. Moyes would take them to 7th. No evidence of it. When I predicted that Barcelona was going to win 6-1 after losing the first leg 4-0 or 4-1 in France against Paris Saint-Germain, there's no evidence of it. I said, okay, you know what, babe? I'm going to buy a camera. I'm going to spend small money on buying a camera. I'm going to try every prediction I make on radio. I'll come back home. I'll record it and I'll put it there. So I bought a phone. I bought a phone in that same 2014? No, so 20 later. I bought a phone, my first most expensive phone, 275,000 naira phone, and I bought a selfie stick. And so that's how I started doing this thing. So YouTube is not like Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram where it just goes. But someone in the US told me a couple of months ago, that the thing is them partners, YouTube partners and the rest, and I share my content with them. My content are very good. They work cut, the audio is fine, everything. But the problem is the fact that the region that I belong to is a problem. That the region I belong to, anyway. So no matter how I try to push, their first options would always be those comedy skits, semi-naked videos, and the music before me. So I'm on the bottom of the food chain. but I have to be consistent. Okay. I've also content because I remember when I went to Abuja for the World Cup qualifiers, my number spiked. In 6 days, I got over 1 million views. So I already know what works for me in this region. You need totality. You need to know what works for you. I'm not really an expert yet, so I've not succeeded at it. I've not succeeded at it. For you, I think you should also, what's working for me is you should look for other things to do, make friends with people, and see in this job, and one of the things you will learn fast is friends will come and go because people are not patient. Okay, the friends will disappear. The people who are there with you in the morning might not be there in the afternoon, might not be there in the evening. So just be fully in charge. I'm just a tiny little part of it, just to make sure that I'm available on all sides. So that's what I think you should do. That's what's working for me. Even though the bills are high, things are very expensive, but that's what's working for me. I think if you try that, it just might. 10 years now, I don't think you should quit on yourself unless you just believe that it's not working anymore. Then you can quit and go do something else. But in 14 years, I think you're just close to it. I understand you not even hit 5,000 subscribers, and it can be funny. I mean, when I in the last 6 weeks, I lost 1,314 subscribers. Okay, so sometimes it happens like that. Sometimes people just get fed up with you. People don't like one opinion that you give, and then they unsubscribe, and then they tell their friends to unsubscribe. But then new people will still come. It's like Twitter. Okay, you get people who block you, you get other people who follow you. It's like Facebook too. Some people block you, some people cut you off, some people cancel you. It's the era of the cancel culture. You wake up in the morning, you have 5,000 subscribers. Of tomorrow it goes down to 3,000. It happens. Just be patient, be consistent. Eventually it will work. That's what I think anyway. I might be wrong, but that's what I think. I don't know. But Darlington, I hope I share you up. Okay, this is Ibrahim from Ikorodu. You say your take on Albania new contract. On that one, it is well deserved. He earned it. You can only perform when you're given a chance to play. And I think of all the number of games that he played, he only had one bad game. Every other game, he was very pivotal and good at it. He won the man of the match in the game against Everton. It was all coming. So he deserves the new contract. Okay. And I'm hearing Nketiah is about to get a new contract too. If the coach, the club, again, this is something that I was trying to explain to somebody somewhere yesterday where I went for a meeting. And I was telling him that, look, you people are blaming the wrong person. Arteta is not the guy who refused to sign players in January. There was just no fund. The project of the club is the team with the young players, reduce the wage bill. That's the project of Arsenal. The fans that are expecting miracles are just expecting. I can bet my life that the owners of Arsenal were celebrating when Arsenal didn't make the top four. I can bet my life on that one. They were celebrating madly. Thank God we will not spend up to 300 million, 150 million or 100 million somewhere there. We're good. And look for some free transfer, get them in. The reason why they brought in Edu is for Edu to bring in some young players from Brazil, South American players, and put them in the team and grow them. Arsenal is not going to sign one big 100 million, 200 million player. If they sign, it will be a miracle. They are able to get Gabriel Jesus for 55 million. That's also another miracle. But regularly, I think what Arsenal wants to do is get these young players, get them to get experience, and eventually get some people to come and buy them for big money, and then they move the process, they recycle the wheel again. That's what I think they're doing. But if they think they want to give Nketiah, so let me be very fair. I don't think that Nketiah is a good player. I don't think he's the kind of player that you want to bank on to make progress in terms of winning titles or competing in Europa and winning it, or climbing up the ladder in the league. But for the performance that he put up in the last couple of days, scoring 2 against Chelsea, scoring again against Everton, and the few goals and assists that he created, I think he's also earned his place. Okay, my like or my dislike for him should not be the reason why he doesn't get what he's worked for. He's proved me wrong. He's worked hard for it. Just like Alex Iwobi, putting the shift at at Everton, and I have to doff my hat for him. And I'm saying that he should put up that performance consistently, because from the Manchester United game up to the end of the season, forget about the Arsenal game, up until the survive relegation. Excuse me. You could tell that he was working his socks off and he deserved the praises I get. So I think Nketiah deserves what he gets. Ibrahim from Ikorodu also said, they say, your take on Pesero, comment of Nigeria winning AFCON number 4. So Nigeria have players. So let's understand the difference. Nigeria have players that can be molded together to win the AFCON. But I think if he said that, he's just putting himself under enormous pressure. The reason why, if you were going to say that, you should at least spend some time with the players and understand the players from an attitudinal position. Because what makes a team win or lose is attitude. Let me use one player as a very good example. Dele Alli, super extremely talented footballer. Nobody's going to argue that. But at the same time, he's got a very bad attitude. His attitude towards the game, like Rashford currently, he's got speed. He can score goals. But his attitude, his head is in the wrong place. So you have those kind of players, you're banking on the fact that, oh, did they have talent? Did they have potentials? Obviously, they've got it. But would they deliver for you when it matters most? They might not. So you need to judge the Super Eagles from an attitudinal position, stay with them, understand them, know them, and then you now take your decision and say, okay, because I know them, because I've been with them, because I've, watched them train, I've spoken to them, they understand me, I understand them, we see the game from the same point of view, you can to win the AFCON. But if you're just judging based on, oh, I'm the new coach of the Super Eagles, and I think that we're going. If I say this thing, then the Nigerian fans will love me. They'll be happy. Well, the jury is out on him. Like I always say, I don't criticize people until I see their performance. I want to see things from close range, whatever it is, unless he gives a ban of media people not coming close on and see how the team progresses. But one of the things I see, I also love confidence. I would rather see a man tell me, oh, I want to win the AFCON, than a man tells me, oh, AFCON is not my target. So I like the fact that he's putting himself under this pressure. He's going to deliver, hopefully, and then we will see what comes out of it. But either ways, it is very, very okay. Okay. Okay, so some questions on Instagram. Let me not miss them out. Precious Emenike001 is Victor Osimhen to Arsenal news real? It's a story. It's a story. The way you explore transfer story is, if the big media are talking about it, then there is something within. Arsenal have actually put in a bid that was rejected. There is a price tag on him, 85 million. If Arsenal can pay 85 million, that's 100 million euros, 85 million pounds, they would sell. Okay, but I think Arsenal are looking at 60 million pounds to sell, to get him. They're also hoping that they will get Gabriel Jesus. The general transfer window doesn't officially open until the 1st of June. So let's wait till 1st of June and then see the race run to the end of August, and then we'll know what's going to come about. If you're asking me if the news is true, it is true. The news is out there. Everybody's talking about it. We will not pretend like the story is not there. The story is there. So let's see it go. This one is coming from Cynthia. Ladies watching, following my show. Hello, Mr. Idafe. Good morning. My name is Cynthia. I'm writing you from Ikoyi. I saw the video where you're talking about Dessas yesterday, and I took time to also watch Dessas in this competition. Scored a lot of goals also for Feyenoord this season. Why do you think it's not good enough for the Super Eagles? Okay, I didn't say it's not good enough for the Super Eagles. That's not what I said. Once again, it's Cyril Dessas, a good player. Of course, is excellently a good player. Nobody can argue against that. I'm saying that for now, the proponents, those people who say that people like Paul Bassi and Daniel Debola Mokashi, who said Umbrella FM that what's it called? The bonding that brought players are not needed in the national team, would come in and cause problems for him right now. And what I said is, if I were him, I won't go for the game in America. I'm not saying come to the Super Eagles. When qualifiers come, when the coaches can come. But for now, the game in America, those two games obviously are games that Nigeria will lose. If Nigeria don't lose those two games, it's a miracle. Nigeria lose those two games. And when we lose those two games the way we will lose it, the Nigerian fans are not interested in process. Nigerian fans don't have proper understanding of football. This is not me disrespecting anybody, but this is the fact. Everybody have their area of expertise. I would say that I'm a 360 person in football, so I have the authority or the right to say these things without apology to anybody. Nigerian fans don't really know football. Nigerian fans just want to win. Nothing concerns them, just win. We do our football the way we do our politics. Okay, Nigerian politics, for instance, we all concern ourselves with who's the president, but we don't concern ourselves with who's the lawmaker, who makes the law that makes the president that powerful. We don't concern ourselves with who's the governor of our state. We don't concern ourselves with who is the councillor, who's the senator, who's the rep coming from our constituency. We don't care. It's the same thing with our football. That's how we follow our football. Our football is just gonna win. How you win? Are you building developmental structures? Are you setting up things that will make you have the game under control over a long period of time? No, we don't. That's not our business. Our business is by hook or crook, if you want to carry over age, if you want to cheat, just go and win and come back. We'll celebrate. Our players are playing for top club, they're moving in transfer market. That's fine for us. People who think like that don't make progress. So I said, this is my taking. I said the friendlies against Mexico and Ecuador, if I was Desas, I won't come. Because if it goes and Nigeria lose those 2 games and he have a bad game, which looks like he would have because he's had a very long season, travel the distance from Europe to America, that's another 18 hours flight, stretch yourself, go to Dallas, is it Dallas or so? Go and play that game, and then we don't do well, people will start yapping about him and tearing him down. So Cynthia, my take is that if I was Desas or if I was a part of the people that's advising him, I would tell him, look, guys, I want to take a break. I want to rest. After now, I will come. I've had a very long, torrid, tiring, stressful season. I just lost the finals of a tournament that I was hoping to win. So I need the break from football. And if they don't agree, that's their business. Later, it can come in. And then I also said that Nigeria is really not having problem with attack. Yes, we need a different dimension to our attack. It can't just be Victor Osimhen alone. But we also have Taiwan Woni. We also have Siridesa. I agree. We also have Sadiq Umar. We have Kelechi Iheanacho. And the other guys that are fringe players in the team, Peter Lainka, Henry Yokurus, all those guys who are already sort of mini established in the group. So for Desas to come in, it needs some time. Remember how we're saying, oh, bring Lukman, bring in Emmanuel Dennis. Once you bring them in, Nigeria will win the World Cup. Well, we brought them when they qualify for the World Cup. So we got to be very, very careful, especially in this time now where we're blaming and cancelling our born in the abroad players. I think it is time for us to be careful. If I was Desas, I would not come for this game. I will wait, and later on, I would show up. That's what I said. I hope you get that, Cynthia, all the way from Abuja. Thank you very much. Peter Nine, he said, hello, Dafe. What's with news going on around about our goalkeepers? Okoye avoiding to play for Nigeria and is all calling it quits. Please, more light on this. Thanks. First off, we didn't invite Zoho, so you can't blame the goalkeeper who you didn't invite, right? And for Maduka Okoye, for Maduka Okoye too, I will not come. We went to the Nations Cup. We considered a goal that was not the goalkeeper's fault. The whole of Nigerians decided to blame him. He's human. Just like the story I read about Steve Bruce, who is going through depression because of the insult that was hurled at him as coach of Newcastle. So if I was him too, I would not come. I'm human. We considered a goal against Tunisia that I cannot see where it is his fault. But some journalists confused you guys to believe that that was the goalkeeper's fault. Any goalkeeper would have saved the ball. Well, now the guy doesn't want to keep. You people who are criticizing, I thought they said that there were a lot of better goalkeepers than Uzoho and what's it called? Maduka Okoye. They step out of the stage. You people should go and invite the national team of Nigeria was a big deal. Right now, it's not a big deal. I don't want to hear this, but that's the truth. It's not like a privilege to play for the Super Eagles. It used to be. It used to be a very big privilege, a very big deal. But it is not anymore. So until that time comes, we are going to learn how to treat our players with a little bit of respect. If we don't give them that respect, unfortunately, they are not going to turn out to be like those ones who go and pray and shake like people who are having Parkinson's disease. I'm sorry to people who are Parkinson's. When at Tinubu's birthday, they're not going to be like those people. These guys are rich. These guys can feed themselves. These guys can take care of themselves. They also realize that they don't need the Super Eagles to make all those money. So those fans of the Super Eagles must know that. If you don't know that, then you're putting your national team in jeopardy. Unfortunately, right now, those people who said that we have better goalkeepers in the Nigerian league, let's invite those goalkeepers. It's an opportunity for them to shine. Let them go and shine. Again, this is going to be another phase of a problem that Jose Peseiro will face. We should document it. If these two goalkeepers are no longer going to be available, let us remember that now Jose Peseiro wants to start his journey without goalkeepers. That's exactly what happened with Gernot Rohr. But we didn't take it into cognizance. All what we were saying is, oh, he's not playing good football. His football is not good. Since he left, our team have not been the same, but let's keep our fingers crossed. Let me jump into some of the transfer rumors that are going on. Congratulations to Chelsea and their fans. They have a new owner. The era of Roman Abramovich has ended with this season. Let's see what comes up. It seems like the priority is to build the 60,000 capacity or 65,000 capacity stadium. We don't know what this man might decide to do. He might decide to go further. The unfortunate thing with Chelsea is the contract means that you can't move this Chelsea stadium from its current location in West London. If he does that, he will lose the name Chelsea Football Club. That's the contract binding on the club, because the parent company, even though they sold the club, they didn't sell the name. It's strange. And this was invested in the club, but if they sold the club, but they didn't sell the name. So that's something that is very critical. So if you move Chelsea from that position, go into another agreement, find a way, make an arrangement and say, look, we can't continue to stay here, we can't redevelop, West London, that place is like a GRA. You can't like redevelop around this area, you can get permit to redevelop in such a way that you can expand or do anything here, because every structure here are not up for sale. We want to move. Maybe they want to move somewhere else and redesign it. Maybe, just maybe, just to be fine. But that said, we already hear the story coming out is that there will be 200 million for Thomas Tuchel to spend. Okay, so 200 million. Let's see who we get. The priority of signing will be 2 defenders. So let's see how that goes, and hopefully, inshallah, they would come out good. But let's look at all this transfer gist and the rumors that we'll get in. Chelsea are considering a move for RB Leipzig French forward Christopher Nkunku, who's 24. That's a prime years. That's a very good place to be. A combination of goals and assists, and secondary assists, 62 goals this season. That's good. That's goals, assists, and secondary assists too. Don't go and say I said he scored 62 goals. The Blues could make a late attempt to snatch Monaco's French international midfielder Aurelien Tchouameni, 22, ahead of Real Madrid once their takeover is completed. Chelsea's players whose contracts are expiring soon want to hear the plans of the club's prospective new owners before signing new deals. Newcastle United are weighing up club record move for 24-year-old Brazil midfielder Lucas Paqueta, who plays for French club Lyon. Remember, Newcastle once hold the English record for the highest transfer fee when they paid 30 million for Alan Shearer, who's still the record goal scorer in the Premier League. Imagine that number that everybody was outraged about. It was on the cover of every newspaper Zane back in the day. I remember going to the UK and talk about it. Times have changed. But then Alan Shearer was the beginning of that change, was at the very forefront of that change. Let's move on with the stories, okay? Tottenham are monitoring Italy and Inter Milan centre-back Alessandro Bastoni, who's 23. Also, that one day, back coaches come out of Nigeria and Africa, just the way we have, what's the name again? The South African coach. Lord, God have mercy. Why do I forget his name now? The coach in Al Ahly, the South African coach at Al Ahly. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Jesus. Oh, Edafi, you are old. No. Old age of question. I will remember the name. I will tell you guys. If you guys know the name, please type it out there for me on WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, please. Jesus. MP, the first name is M, the other name is P. I like that. Jesus Christ. Nkulu. I've forgotten that name. Jesus. Okay. English goalkeeper Fraser Forster, 34, has undergone a medical at Tottenham Hotspur ahead of completing his move to Spurs when his Southampton contract expires next month. Arsenal are keeping an eye on Alvaro Morata's situation. That's not good news. 29 has spent the season on loan at Juventus from Atletico de Madrid. Arsenal hope for him. Well, because Arsenal crossed the ball very well. Arsenal don't have wide men that can cross the ball very well. But let's see. It might just be good. Gunners target Tammy Abraham says he is more than happy at Roma, but the 24-year-old England striker has refused to rule out a return to the Premier League this summer. I wouldn't say no to Tammy Abraham. I won't lie. I wouldn't say no. What is the name of this coach? Oh, Lord. It's Pizzo Massimani. Yes, that's the name. Thank you very much, Peter. What is wrong with me? I'm old. Yes, I'm old. Too many problems on the head. Too many bills. Too many needs. Okay, so until we have super coaches like that, but I really do pray, because what I was saying, my line of thought was, you see, when you sign a coach from a country, the first thing he does is he goes back to his country and bring in players. What that does economically, because, I mean, as much as we talk about football, talk about the excitement and the fun and the joy and everything, let's talk about the economy. Because if you don't talk about the economy, the business of football, you're just wasting your time. You're like every other fan on the street. Now, one of the things that European coaches do, and let's take it back to Arsenal. When Arsene Wenger came to Arsenal, only one French player I've ever signed for Arsenal. His name is Griezmann. By the time Arsene Wenger had spent 22 years, there have been more French players that have played for Arsenal than any other country. That players from any other country, including England. And that means that Arsene Wenger have actually helped in one, providing a developmental platform for French players like Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, Steven Whittle, just to name a few, Nicolas Anelka, Johan, no, Giroud is not, it's not French, it's Swiss, but that's French, so son of France. Okay, you know, all of these guys, Abu Diaby, what's the other, Lacazette, Giroud, Olivier Giroud, that's what I wanted to remember. Olivier Giroud and a host of other French players that have played in the team. When Jose Mourinho came to Chelsea, say Portuguese players came in. When this guy was the coach, Nuno Espirito Santos was the coach of Wolves, they had an entire Portuguese national team player, entire Portuguese legion in the team. When now you have Conte, the Italian in Tottenham Hotspur, you see the Italian players are coming again, coming for them. It affects those money are taxed by the Italian government. Those money are spent in Italy or whatever they spend it on, but it's going to be taxed in Italy, and that also provide money to support their GDP. Those are the things when they tell you at the end of the day that football is a GDP grower. Those are the strategy that makes it work. So we need to also create super coaches like them, Coach Ayere, coaches like them, Coach Olumide, Yellow coaches like. The older class now, they're too old, they're too docile, they're too laid back, they might not be able to do that. But the new generation of coaches should be able to, just get their eyes off just the Nigerian national team and start thinking of how to take their trade across the border and go to Ghana, go to South Africa, go to Egypt, go to everywhere. Then you sign Nigerian players and then they make more money and then bring the money back into Nigeria to buy houses, to buy cars, to set up businesses that help our economy. That's how you rescue an economy. You don't only depend on the president. That's what these Europeans are doing. Why can't we do the same thing? That's not the top of my head anyway. But let's continue the conversation now. Okay. Arsenal are also interested in resigning German winger Serge Gnabry from Bayern Munich, but are unable to afford the 26-year-old this summer. Arsenal should forget about him. He's also burnout. Okay, it's not like he's going to come and he's a fantastic player, but again about that. But I don't think that's something that Arsenal need. Arsenal should focus on their need first. Arsenal need two strikers, two out-and-out strikers. Sort that one out. They need one more defensive midfielder. Sort that one out. Then they need another backup to support Martin Odegaard. Sort that one out. Then they get a wide man at the left, wide man at the right. I think that wide, it will be fine. I don't know if they need a backup goalkeeper though, but if you sell Ben Level, you should get a backup goalkeeper. Real Madrid are believed to be ready to offer up to 120 million euros, which is 102 million transactions in June 2024, and includes a 150 million euro release clause, according to Gazzetta dello Sport, with the 25-year-old deal running out this summer. Well, so Mbappe contract run out, they still extend. So if Barcelona wants to extend, they will extend. If they don't want to extend, they will delay. Aston Villa are ready to start supporting them. Nobody is going to give you that offer. Definitely not my United blood. So calm down. Leave us now have this conversation. Liverpool have put England midfielder up for sale, with Aston Villa and West Ham among those interested. Oh yeah, sorry there. But you've won everything. You should be happy for that move. That was a good move. Wenger did you well by letting you go. Talks between West Ham and Czech midfielder Thomas Susek, 27, over a new contract have reached an impasse, meaning both of them, they don't reach River Yemoja, are going apart. They are swimming to different parts now. River Benway, they don't bend their ways. The state where people bend their ways, River Benway. Bend your ways. Bend your ways. Bend their ways. Okay. Everton's 25-year-old English defender, John Joe Kenny. There's John Joe Chevy, and then there's John Joe Kenny. Okay, who is out of contract in the summer, has dropped a hint on his future and said a lot is possible this summer. German midfielder Pascal Gross, who is 30-year-old, is in advanced with his current deal set to run out in June. Those are the transfer gist that we say. If you said something, Please remember to put your name. Arsenal signed American goalkeeper in January, Matt Turner. Yeah, they signed him, but they have experience to be in the Premier League. That's my own. Because Arsenal would not get knocked out like they did last season because they were focusing on like 3 goalkeepers. Okay, so Turner is coming, but there's going to be another one. Okay, boom, there's just another Matt. Don't worry, all this Matt Turner turn things around and do well. Thank you very much, Ibrahim from Ikorodu, for that one. Okay, so some of the stories that are making the rounds. This one. This is Jessica. Jessica from no place. Okay, Jessica. It's Jessica from Facebook. Is that what you say? Okay, Jessica from Facebook, as you said. Good morning, Edafe. Love your show for the advice you gave to Darlington. Not everybody will share. I think you have made it, but if you say you've not made it, I can understand. Maybe your target and your expectations are different. But every time I see you, I feel very proud of you, the work that you've done. That said, why do you think Erik ten Hag would not do well at Manchester United? Is there any thing in his past coaching that shows that he will not do well as a manager at Manchester United about Ten Hag? But you see, the thing is, that would be better. Like Arsenal allowed Arteta to say, Arteta, go on. Very good as far as I'm concerned, because of my Instagram. I don't know why the network is this bad. I can feel it too because it's freezing over. Shut it down, then it's over for today. But if you're not getting it there, please go on Instagram, search for Liberty One. I think that one is streaming well. But I'm really, really sorry. I wish it was better, but some days are like this. So that said, babe, the thing about Erik ten Hag is not so much about he healed someone, and his disciple went to him and asked him a question, and he said some prayers will require fasting and prayer and fasting. You know, some you just say, hey, be healed and you'll be healed, but some will require artificial powers, okay, their roadside powers. But when they went to legions of demons, the 7 sons of Scevers were beaten by those demons. And this is what they said. Paul, I know. Peter, I know. Who are that? That's exactly what the case is with Erik ten Hag. Is he a good coach? Yes, on the average, he's a good coach. Any coach that is able to take a team to win the title is a good coach. Is he a great coach? The jury is still out on him. Manchester United don't just need a coach. So this is where the Erik ten Hag, my comment on Erik ten Hag is coming. And it's not hatred for Manchester United. I don't have hatred for any team. I love football and I watch every football team. I settle down to watch teams across all leagues when I have the window and the space to do that. Okay. One of the things you need to look at Manchester United is, okay, look at some of the successful clubs around. When a new coach comes in, they come in and they are allowed to do a turnaround. 2003-2004 season, when Jose Mourinho came in, he was allowed to do his own turnaround. He kicked out Mutu, Crespo. People didn't like it, but he did it. You know why? You have to get your own men. But when Jose Mourinho came to Chelsea, Chelsea were the biggest spenders in the league. They were already on the up. They had, under Ranieri, they had beaten Arsenal, their biggest hurdle. For 10 years, Arsenal was beating Chelsea, blue, black, and red. They had beaten them. Remember that when Bridge last minute go 2-1? And from there, they were building on it. And what did Mourinho do? Mourinho psychologically defeated the team that was the most problem mental block. That Mourinho knew that if I can, and this club is beautiful because this is not a team that have individual is rude, is bad, but that was it due to it. It destroyed Arsene Wenger to the point where even games where he was playing his worst set of titles to him. Now, that's one of the biggest clubs in Europe, or the biggest club in England, okay, historically, but currently not the biggest club in England. So it's taking this game in. There is the Foreign Legion. I can bet you that Ten Hag does not have the power to sack anybody. It's the board that will do that. That's the difference between him, for instance, and Arteta. Arteta can be going to play you, Ozil, or Aubameyang, and the heavens will not fall. If Erik ten Hag starts this, you can see when Arteta sold Ozil and sold Aubameyang, even the Arsenal Fan TV and the other guy, Piers Morgan, they were trying to attack him. Nobody listened to them. Rather, fans were coming to the stadium door, supporting the coach the more. That's not going to happen with Erik ten Hag. What's silly? They are entitled. They are different. Media. Remember what is of power. If you want to create problem in any community, put in the wrong information. It is the wrong information that made us to vote for the wrong president and have him for over 7 years, going to the 8th year now. Wrong information, bad propaganda. Okay, so if you want to create problem in any community, just give them wrong information. The way religion gave you guys information that they are saying it's also somebody's village. Okay, but that's the topic for another day. So those people also have a power share that Erik ten Hag will have to deal with. In Holland, it is not like that. The media is not vociferous. The media is not crazy like that. Ex-players work together to build a team, like he had at Ajax. At Ajax, there's structure. There's Erik van der Sar, there's Marco Vermaas until the sex scandal. There's a whole lot of structure that works. What is analytics? There's a team of people. There's good medical expert that takes care of things. And players are very, very fall in lineable. Okay, they are very, very obedient. They are like students. They are uniform. At Manchester United is different. Everybody wants what they want. It is to your tent, O Israel, God for all man for himself. So when you put all that together, Erik ten Hag is walking into a lion's den. But unfortunately, his name is not Daniel. I don't think he's got the power. He's walking into a burning furnace. But I don't think he's got the power and the backing of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So all of those, my dear, is the reason why I think he's going to fail. Now, would Manchester United be as patient as Arsenal have been with Arteta? At any other club, Arteta would have been fired. Let's be very honest. But Arteta is coaching at a club where what he's done is seen as progress, because what they needed from him is actually not going to win the titles. Because there's no balance in spending versus coaching. So it is okay. So when you put all that together, Ten Hag can only give instruction. This donkey is not ready to drink water. So Ten Hag will drag the donkey to the waterfront and they will not drink. So first thing, if you ask me for advice, because these players are not coachable. That's just the truth. Some players are not coachable. There is a time Milutinovic took the Super Eagles to the World Cup in 1998. The Super Eagles were not coachable. There's nothing you could have done to make them progress. Those players, they don't like themselves. They hate themselves. There was nothing you could do. But that's a topic for another day. This current Manchester United players, I don't think Erik ten Hag will come in and say, oh, don't use your mobile phone, don't be on social media. He would not be able to do it. If he tries it for maybe the first 1 month, it will work. But after that, the players will rebel. That'll be a problem. There'll be a divided camp. The players, the report said that Ralf Rangnick would speak. The players are calling him different type of nickname behind his back. He talks and they're doing the things they want to do. They go to the field and they win when they want to win. They lose when they want to lose. There's no repercussion. They are not afraid. That's the kind of thing that is walking into. What will he do different to win their heart? I don't know. There is no script for it. There is no manual for this thing, because this player, Rashford, is not motivated to play football. And they are afraid to sack him because now it's in bed with the Queen of England. I'm not saying he's dating the Queen of England. What I'm saying is he's got that OB thing that makes, he's the royal, he's got the royal title, he's a chief, the way we say in Nigeria. He's a chief, so be careful how you treat him, all those kind of things. It doesn't work. And Anthony Martial is coming back. They might not sell him. Nobody is going to take him. His contract is still running. Cristiano Ronaldo is a big elephant in the room. If he's bold enough, he should sell him. I insist that Cristiano Ronaldo came to Manchester United and stifled the team. Whatever anybody wants to say, that's their business. I think Cristiano Ronaldo stifled this team. This team ended second last season, and look at where they ended this season. Cristiano Ronaldo, players play for team, but this team this season played for Cristiano Ronaldo and not the reverse. So that's a problem with that Manchester United will have to deal with. If they get it right, good for them. If they don't, I don't know what's going to happen. But I don't think it's going to do it. So that's my position with Erik ten Hag. It's not from a position of hate. Arsenal fan not like him. That's my problem. Arsenal have 99 problem already. Manchester United should not be my number 100. Remila Kuoduni, you say Morata waiting. I beg. God forbid. Well, if they will sign him, there's nothing you can do. God doesn't forbid anything. I keep saying that. God does not forbid anything. Papa Jumai, he said, good morning, Legote. You are talking about Wenger bringing in French players, and you said coaches don't sign player. Please clarify your position. I don't know what you said. I don't understand that question anyway. My time is up. I gotta go. Maybe we'll talk about it tomorrow. Guys, thank you very much for being on the show with me today. Sorry for those of you in Facebook and YouTube. Really sorry. My name once again is Idafe Matthew. So you love to come in and look at sports. It's been a sports buffet, freezing edition for Facebook and YouTube people. Make on love this area. Mona, forgive me.